Everyone, I'm Tony James. My channel is Hillquest Dual Sport. This is a follow-up from a video that I had shared where I had just recently upgraded the bar risers on my KTM 390 Adventure, and I didn't think I needed to upgrade or change out the clutch cable. But as it turned out, when you would turn hard to the right, the clutch wouldn't engage properly, so that was my notice that I needed to change out the clutch cable. So what I did, and I'm not going to actually show you that how I changed out the clutch cable. There's a number of videos out there already that do that. I'm just going to show you just some of the highlights of what I encountered when I did that. So this is a clutch cable from a Himalayan, actually. It's exactly the same as the KTM, except it's about 2.5 inches longer. So some of the things that you need to consider when you do change out the clutch cable: when you take the old clutch cable out, there is a rubber sheath that goes around it. You will have to take that off in order to slide the clutch cable back up towards the top of the bike. If you don't do that, it'll get stuck and you'll just have to wind up taking it off anyway. So that's one thing when taking out the old clutch cable. The other thing you need to do when you put in the new clutch cable is connect up the top part to the clutch lever first before you take this part and you slide it back down through to the bottom where you would connect it up to the clutch. If you don't do that, you'll really have a tough time getting that cable connected up into the clutch lever properly. So save yourself some time and aggravation and do that first. When you do, you have to slide the clutch cable down. I don't know if you can see this. Let me turn it. It goes you can see that right in there. There's a bit of a guide right here where the clutch cable has to go through. This screw needs to be loosened off several turns in order so that this guide can move backwards, so that the clutch cable itself, because it will have that rubber sheath around it, will be able to slide down further so we can get down and connect up to the clutch down there. So that is one thing that you'll need to do. Don't forget to go back and tighten that up. As well, on the Himalayan, this rubber dust protector, it's considerably longer, so you will need to take that off and just put the OEM one back on, and that'll give you plenty enough coverage to keep the dust out, and it won't pinch the cable too much, so you won't have a tough time to get it back into this catch here at where the clutch is. There's a little pin right here in the top that you'll have to flatten out in order to get that out, to get this out, and don't forget to pinch that back in there when you're done. So one thing as well, you'll need the proper free play in here, which is just pull this back a bit. You can see that about 3 millimeters. I think I need to adjust this out a little bit, so give it a little more free play, but 3 millimeters is what they say. That is the width of a Canadian nickel. So be sure and do that, and you'll be just fine. All right.